There's a lot of problems going on, especially in my home country of the United Kingdom. But it's also seeping into the rest of Europe and potentially the rest of the goddamn world at this point. Censorship. I woke up this morning and I had no idea what the hell was going on. I was scrolling through some comments on my own tweet, and there was one that said something like, this is restricted from your view until X verifies your age internally. What the hell are you talking about? But apparently this is a big thing. Moist Critical uploaded a video called Censorship is Out of Control, and it got recommended to me. So we're going to give this a watch and see what's going on. Apparently Rule 34's being banned in the UK, bro. Apparently everything's getting banned in the UK. Let me just take a look at this because it's probably going to go into it.
There's huge censorship going on in gaming right now. I'm sure a lot of you saw. Steam a few days back announced that hundreds of games have been pulled from their catalog because of the efforts of a group known as Collective Shout.
Isn't this these stupid ass motherfuckers that also were in support of some heinous shit? Hopefully it goes over the full details here, but I'm pretty sure they were in support of some weird fucking behavior, no?
Collective Shout is an organization that has been forcing payment processors to bully platforms into removing games they deem unfit for sale due to the themes around them. And for Steam's case, they targeted hundreds of adult games that featured like rape and incest. And a lot of people were pumping their fist like, yeah, that's good. How could you possibly be mad at that? Less degeneracy and disgusting shit on the platform. This is a big W across the board. It's not censorship if it's things I don't like being taken.
This is the point for a lot of people, right? I only care when it affects me.
Every weapon out there, this is only going to be used for good. Clearly, they're only going to use this power to take down very bad, gross things.
Obviously not.
Which is the most low IQ take you could ever have. Collective Shout, just yesterday, has now also gone after itch.io, and they have removed every single not suitable for work game from their platform. Not just rape and incest games, all adult games.
What even constitutes as adult in that sense? What?
We have
But does the ban affect you? This could affect quite literally everybody. Because again, what is deemed NSFW? What is deemed adult? Is murder adult? Because if it is, most of the games that we play, any horror games, even gacha games where people die, then that's adult. Even Cookies E, bro, it shows a bit of blood. This is a problem for a lot of fucking people.
Indexed all adult NSFW content from our browse and search pages. We understand this action is sudden and disruptive, and we are truly sorry for the frustration and confusion caused by this change. Recently, we came under scrutiny from our payment processors regarding the nature of some content hosted on itch.io. Due to a game titled No Mercy, which was temporarily available on itch.io before being banned back in April, the organization Collective Shout launched a campaign against Steam and itch.io directing concerns to our payment processors about the nature of certain content found on both platforms. So this is the playbook here. Collective Shout is a very powerful organization who somehow...
Can I keep it a bug as well? I've never heard of this organization until the other day. I don't know how powerful they are. I genuinely know basically nothing about them.
Now has a lot of leverage on payment processors. I don't know if they're just over there giving them perpetual wet willies, or they got some serious dirt on like the upper echelon elites in the food chain at the payment processors. Like they got proof they're in the Epstein files or some shit. But they have got these payment processors by the nutsack, and they are squeezing the piss from their balls. So now the payment processors are...
I love Charlie's analogies, bro. I fucking love them.
LARPing as the moral authority on what people are allowed to spend the money they earned on.
Yeah.
So they're making these sweep...
It sounds like the gacha community, bro. Like, oh my god, imagine spending so much money on this game while they go and spend like $200 every weekend on a night out just to feel hungover afterwards. Like, I ain't judging you for your fucking vices, bro. Let me fucking buy my anime titties.
Being censorship changes to Steam.
Or I guess rent them, right? Don't own shit in this fucking economy.
And itch.io. Steam... They made it very easy for the public to not make a big stink about it because they went after a very low-hanging fruit target that most people aren't going to be upset about. Oh no, you lost all your rape and, incest games. Boo-hoo, call the fucking wambulance. But what people don't realize is that is clearly just the...
I love the term wambulance as well.
First step here. Collective Shout has now already taken that, which hasn't even been like a full week, and it's translated it to wiping all adult content from itch.io, a totally separate platform using the same methodology of having the payment processors threaten to leave them.
Does he go over what
Censorship
adult
is
content
not
actually
something
is?
that is a good thing. This is not a positive thing. Yoko Taro also came forward saying,
Claire Obscura is NSFW question mark? No, I don't know. I needed to explain it if there's actually like an actual definition of it. Is it just Peggy 18? Is it murder? Is it blood and gore? Is it when freaking Renoir's like and cutting somebody's literal head off? Is that classed as adult content? I'm confused.
like, this is pretty bad stuff, you know, that other countries can now limit everyone else's free speech. He's right. That's not great. You don't like to see that.
Would Baldur's Gate 3 fall under that category? I don't know, bro. You can literally fuck a bear, so I would assume probably, yeah.
And let's go ahead and extend this to its natural conclusion here. As Collective Shout becomes more and more successful at censoring games, other organizations will spring up and do the same.
It's a druid, but still, you can fuck the druid in bear form.
For things Collective Shout maybe doesn't want to see censored.
True.
Like, who's to say, with this censorship, now that it's proven that it can be done by having the payment processors threaten to pull out of these services, if you can bully them, the payment processors, you win. That's checkmate. Who's to say an organization doesn't pop up that wants to take away all kinds of LGBTQ representation in games?
True.
And now that they have a proven formula to follow, they could easily spring up and be probably very successful. Another organization could come about where they believe that M-rated games just shouldn't exist. Games should be focused purely to appeal to a younger demographic. They shouldn't be deep, thought-provoking games.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Bro, this could be, I mean, it's already pretty bad. This could be real fucking bad.
There should be no violence. There could easily be a very puritanical organization that comes forward making similar pushes for censorship. I don't know how delusional you have to be to think that somehow this is only ever going to be used against bad things.
Yeah.
It's not. And it's already extending way beyond what it started with for Collective Shout. They started with a very easy win on a genre of games that most people aren't really going to miss. And they have already extended that to just broad adult content from another platform, itch.io.
So it is basically just a broad scale right now. We don't know what adult content actually means. Is that correct?
And as they continue to be more successful, more organizations are going to follow that blueprint, follow those footsteps, and be successful as well, censoring other things that maybe Collective Shout doesn't want to see censored. It's going to just be fucking pandemonium, because it is clear now that...
Can't wait for Pirate Software to say this is great for gaming. I mean, there's no way this could ever be good for gaming if an organization could just do this, right? Especially for things like Visa and MasterCard and actual payment processors.
These platforms are willing to go belly up, roll over, and suck the fucking schmeat of the payment processing cartel that shackles them. These payment processing patriots, who all of a sudden care so deeply about morality, are able to get these platforms to censor themselves at the behest of the organizations that are strong-arming them. It's absurd. And it doesn't stop there. If you do any amount of research on Collective Shout, you'll see that it's not just like adult games. They also went after Detroit Become Human.
Bro, I was literally I don't know why either. I was literally just about to say, when he was talking about other stuff like anti-LGBT and stuff, I was thinking, what about like undertones of racism? Even if it's not like race versus race, but like Detroit Become Human.
28 stab wounds.
Where it's androids versus humans and like oppression and stuff like that. Would that be targeted? It already is?
And Grand Theft Auto 5 for absolutely fucking outlandish reasons. Like, this is actual horse hockey.
What reasons?
And another scary fact, the article I was reading on stream, which I'm going to show you clips from so you can see about their previous attempts to go after things like Detroit Become Human and GTA 5.
Okay.
That article that I was reading then got taken down 8 hours after stream, because Vice deemed it was a little too controversial, because the article wasn't super favorable to Collective Shout. So Collective Shout not only has pull in censoring games, but
the screwed up thing is the organization is promoting a movie called Cuties, which involved underage children twerking. Are you fucking for real?
Looks like they can even take down some articles that are a little, harsh on how they're going about their mission or what they're trying to do here. In other words, it seems virtually impossible for Steam to host any adult games depicting child abuse. Rather, Collective Shout may be targeting popular video games that depict children in scenarios where they face distress or harm, even if these depictions are intended to encourage concern and care in the player. From there, the organization may be describing these titles as featuring child abuse. In 2018, Collective Shout encouraged its supporters to sign a petition to ban Detroit Become Human for sale in Australia, claiming the game features child abuse and violence against women. The petition focused on an abusive father's violent behavior towards his housekeeper and daughter in the game.
It did do that. It did.
This dynamic, core to the character Kara's story arc, is intended to encourage...
It's also a fucking video game. Are we going to ban movies from doing the same thing? Are we going to make it so people can't make documentaries about their actual lives and problems? Are they going to... Hello? Like, what? It's not like it's fucking glorifying doing this shit. The dude is a deadbeat, and you instantly know that. Like, the whole point of it is to showcase how much of a fuck-up this man is. Hello? I feel like I'm actually going insane.
Empathy for the abused woman and child. While it's unclear whether Collective Shout is actively targeting Detroit Become Human in 2025, the removal of such a game would be akin to artistic censorship of material, discussing misogynistic abuse against female family members. Targeting the game, in other words, could be considered anti-feminist in intent.
Okay.
That doesn't really make any sense.
That's what... Oh my god, dude, the world is fucking crumbling.
In 2014, the organization called on Target to remove Grand Theft Auto 5 from store shelves, sharing a petition that claims the game encourages players to commit sexual violence and kill women.
It encourages people to kill everybody. It's fucking Grand Theft Auto. Am I in a fucking simulation? Did I not wake up 2 days ago?
Collective Shout described GTA as if it were a misogynistic funhouse, stating the game lets players enact their fantasies of committing extreme violence against women, including punching women to the point of unconsciousness, killing them with a bat, gun, or machete.
Yeah, so anyway, let's go play Simpsons Hit and Run.
Running them down with a car and setting them on fire as they continue screaming.
You can do the same thing to anybody in that game, not just women, but...
What world are we living in? What?
Yeah, this feels like a fucking simulation, I'm not even kidding.
What? So that all this is only reserved and acceptable if it's men.
Why are the payment processes actually bending the knee to this? That's my fucking question. Why?
Like, if you're killing men with a bat, gun, and machete, running them down with a car and setting them on fire as they scream. These arguments are so weak and flimsy, and I think just downright detrimental to what they claim their mission is. This would basically, like, these two things in conjunction, would make it so, like, most games won't even put women in there.
Exactly.
So let's take the first example about, like, how children in, like, distress and harm is something that they would target and try and take down. It's why they went after Detroit Become Human. Let's extend that scope. Things like Limbo, Last of Us, Out of Sight, like these games where there are kids present and they do go through like hardship,
traumatic experiences,
that would be removed under their guidelines here.
Bro, The Last of Us would if anyone's played the first The Last of Us, bro, that'd be such a short game after this fucking update, right? They would literally start fucking making breakfast in the kitchen, they'd hear sirens outside, and then it'd cut to the fucking credits. No more. Jesus.
Detroit Become Human, it's not like they're trying to glorify this type of horrible thing. It is used as a way of showcasing how bad a situation is and getting empathy from the player for what is happening to these characters. And yet, they want to take it down, even though it is used to deliver positive messaging to the player. It's like they don't want any deep themes in their games, and not only that, it's like they don't want women to even be interactable in the games. So
that is such a weird thing as well. It really is. Like, why? I really don't understand it. I don't understand it. Who is this going to benefit at all? It makes zero sense to me.
So also something that wouldn't fly under their protocol here would be things like Tomb Raider. Any game where a female is leading it wouldn't really be possible because...
Lara Croft, baby. One of the first ever video games that I actually played and fell in love with it. It is fucking incredible. She is such a powerful, strong character. I love it.
The women in the game are going to go through distress. Like, Lara Croft goes through a lot worse than what they listed for GTA 5 being a misogynistic funhouse. Lara Croft gets killed in so many different ways, potentially, if you fail certain things. She's constantly being hunted, hurt. It's all, like, pretty much no game with a female character in it could be made if Collective Shout continues to gain this much power.
This is just insanity.
It's a fucking absurd notion here. God of War, the new God of War, those games couldn't be made because...
Poor UK gamers? Brother, this does not just affect the UK. I need to make that very fucking clear right now. This is not just a poor UK gamers situation. This is a poor gamers worldwide situation. This is not just the UK.
Because Kratos' son obviously goes through a lot there. That would be a child in a harmful and distressing situation.
I don't want anyone watching this thinking, oh, poor UK, but I'm going to be fine. I'll be fine. No, this is already affecting the world. It's not like Steam have just stopped this shit for the UK. They're stopping it everywhere, brother. Like, this is insanity.
It would be poo-pooed by Collective Shout. They would banish that shit to the Shadow Realm.
Yup.
Like, their rules on what is and is not acceptable are just unhinged. Again, this would fundamentally, like, scrub women from video games. Like, I don't know why they're not grasping that concept. They call GTA 5 a misogynistic funhouse because you can hurt women in it and that kind of thing, which you can also do to men. But the issue is exclusively because women can also be hurt and killed in GTA 5, just like the men can.
Yep.
It's not like GTA 5 is telling the player, you have to go commit these sexual violent acts against women right now. We need you as the player to score 100 sexual violent crimes against our women in the city right now. Go out there. That's the quest. Go fucking slap 1,000 women for maximum.
Yeah, then it'd be a justifiable fucking issue.
Turbo gamer points. Like, it's pretty fucking crazy. So basically, if you are going to have women in the games, the only way I see that even be possible with Collective Shout's, groundwork they're laying here, the way I understand it, is if every female in the game is immortal, God mode activated, and uninteractable outside of dialogue and cutscenes, but
even then, you've got to be careful at this point, right?
Female character also cannot go through anything distressing or deep. Basically has to just be like a completely flat nothing.
It'd just be a void character, bro. It'd literally just be a character with no fucking background, no nothing, no character. It'd be a characterless character. Collective Shout is based in Australia and is very anti-LGBT+, and are using this protecting women as a stepping stone for their censoring of LGBT+ themes in games and things. I feel like this is going to do more damage to whatever movement they're trying to fucking put forward than good, though. Even if that is the case. I have no knowledge of that, so I don't know if that is the case, but if it is, whatever they're doing still makes zero fucking sense.
Burger of a character. Otherwise, it could be like too much harm that they faced or something in the game. It just seems completely antithetical to what the mission they claim to have is.
Exactly.
Again, with how they have targeted games in the past and what they're currently doing, it feels like most game companies, in order to play ball with these demands, will probably just elect to not have female-facing games like what they lead.
Wait, the list of banned material by them? Let me take a look at this. I want to see what the actual banned material is. Let's take a look. So, a complete list of content Visa/MasterCard considers problematic. They may target any game containing this content. All depictions of incest, including sexual activity between immediate or close biological family members, self-harm, including depictions of anorexia or bulimia, content that promotes hate, harm, or extremist ideologies. So this could be like any of the past Call of Duty games and plenty of war games that actually take from real life situations, right? Urine. Can't piss now. Menstruate. You're a woman? You're a woman? You're a woman. You're fucked. You suffer once a month? Yeah, you're suffering forever now. Fuck this. Smegma. Diapers. You're a child? Yeah, fuck you. All sexual activity involving firearms aimed at or pointed towards individuals, vomit, illegal substances or regulated products, for example, narcotics or pharmaceuticals, being drunk, being drugged, being hypnotized, being mind controlled. There's just zero fucking context to any of this shit, bro. And it's like, even if you're showing that shit and obviously portraying the person in a terrible light and showing that it's bad, you can't show it at all. What the fuck is going on?
Female protagonist, and they will probably ensure that the female characters that might appear in the game don't play a big role in it because they never know what Collective Shout might have an issue with.
Yep.
And since these games...
Because money? But again, how does this make them money? I don't get it.
I don't think they'll be willing to take any kind of chances, any type of risk of their game being just like wiped off of like the biggest fucking gaming platforms like Steam. So they'll probably just elect to play it safe and have any female characters just in the background with a really insignificant role. Because, again, there's no way of knowing what Collective Shout's going to try and spin when it comes to these games and these characters. Like, again,
these people with a political agenda are shareholders in Visa and MasterCard, and they have to bend the knee to them. Are they that big shareholders? Interesting. Maybe they should get better fucking shareholders.
Detroit Become Human. All of that they listed there as an issue that was literally in the game to deliver messaging on how unacceptable that shit is.
Exactly.
It was used for empathy, not a glorification or anything at all. It was actually delivering a message that really feels very in line with what Collective Shout claims to
Bro, maybe crypto was the way forward.
fight for. It is completely out of control. And let's go ahead and just continue to play a little here, a little theater of the mind.
Sure.
If you can successfully bully payment processors, and it's reported that Collective Shout is doing this by constantly phoning them up with like 1,000 employees or so. I don't know if that's all confirmed or not.
So they're trying to strong arm and manipulate him?
But if you can get 1,000 people together and successfully have these payment processors threaten to leave some of the biggest platforms for gaming, think about what kind of power you can control with these payment processors. If you can just have them like puppets on your strings,
That's the scary thing.
so dangerous.
Yep.
There is no amount of mental gymnastics you can possibly do to conjure up a justification for why a payment processor has a say in what you can spend your money on, what they will permit you to spend your doubloons on. That is a bad direction for the future, which obviously extends far beyond just video games. This is a much bigger topic, a bigger issue than just gaming.
Yeah.
If payment processors now...
This can reach every corner of, honestly, the fucking world. There's no saying where this ends, where this stops.
Gonna step in and basically be like the fucking, lacrosse house party guy who's like, who do you know here? No, you're not allowed in. When you're trying to spend your money on a product, we've got a huge problem. Just play with that possibility here for a second. Like, let's say you want to buy a dildo or something, right? You want an adult sex.
He's been through that. I remember watching a Moist video years ago, bro. He bought like a big Moby, it was called. He put it next to his bed. It was pretty much the same height as him.
Toy. Well, what if the payment processors deem those to be obscene? We will not support any
And I think it was wider than him.
businesses that are selling these adult toys. Consumers shouldn't be able to buy these. Okay, all of a sudden you can't buy those? That's been fucking wiped out. And let's take it to something that's not even sexual. Let's say a katana or something. I want a katana for my room. I really like some of the...
You know that's already been banned in the UK? That's been banned for a while now. I used to own a replica of Arwen's sword from Lord of the Rings. It was blunted, not sharp. I want to say about a year to 2 years ago, they banned the owning of even blunted weaponry. You had to like report it to the police and they had to come pick it up. You couldn't even take it to like a local dump or tip because it was illegal to own. Fucking ridiculous, bro.
Blades
I'm so glad I left that fucking shithole.
from One Piece. It'd be really nice to have a replica blade. Well, turns out the payment processors deem those to be a little too dangerous and threaten to pull out of any websites that are offering katanas for sale because those are some very scary, lethal weapons.
Yeah.
So, can't buy those anymore.
Yeah.
It's a big issue. Payment processors should have no say in what you spend your fucking money on.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Of course, that doesn't apply when it's like you trying to buy something highly illegal. I get that. But
obviously, but it's the law, right? Why the fuck would they? Why the fuck do they take precedent over the law at this point? If you want to buy something that is totally legal and in good faith to buy, I feel like it should be illegal for payment processors to be like, no, I don't think so. Like the fuck?
things like this is absurd. Like, this is completely preposterous and out of control.
Yeah, it's abhorrent.
Anyway, I just had to yap about this a bit. That's really it.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's fair. I think that is absolutely disgusting. This is probably just the tip of the iceberg. This probably doesn't end here. Disgusting. I hate it.